Will wearing a sling help a rotator cuff tear? My answer is absolutely yes, it can. It's one of the most underrated treatments for a painful rotator cuff tear. And here's the reason why. When it comes to wearing a shoulder sling just like this one, people associate this with having a broken bone somewhere in your arm, even like all the way down here at your wrist or in your hand, because it feels better to have it held up rather than just hanging down. All the gravity will cause the swelling to pool and not feel very good down there. So if you have it up, it feels better. But with a rotator cuff tear, you don't have a broken bone technically. You have a torn tendon in your shoulder here where the rotator cuff is. And so people don't associate, even people in the medical field don't recommend this because they don't associate wearing a sling with a rotator cuff tear. They associate it with having a broken bone, like an emergency room situation. But here's the science behind this and why it's going to work for you. And I'll show you how to use it in just a moment. If you think of the ball and socket joint of your shoulder, it looks like this. And there's tendons, rotator cuff tendons, that come and grab the ball and suck it onto the socket. Well, if one of those tendons tears, then the ability to have the ball sucked into the socket is decreased. And so that ball starts to want to sink out of the socket. But if you have something to shove it up into the socket and bring the edges of that torn tendon together, then you have a chance at healing your rotator cuff tendon much faster. And very often, people get instantaneous improvement. They get that sling on just the way I'm going to show you in a moment, and they'll say, oh, that's like 1 or 2 points better. And as you continue to wear it, it just keeps improving. I don't have any pain after a couple of days. And now in the sling, you may not have any pain. If you go and move, it might start to hurt. This isn't going to solve the whole problem, but it can begin to get you out of pain and put you into a position to do the next steps on fixing your rotator cuff problem. So here's how you would use a sling just like this one. And by the way, I've linked this one in the description below. I got this off of Amazon. They shouldn't cost you more than $25 or $30. And you can find these in most pharmaceutical stores, like a pharmacy, in the first aid department of a grocery store. They'll often have that, or department stores. And they're all basically the same. When you pay more money, it tends to be because it's better materials, which I recommend. But you can get away with a $10 one. There's some that are probably even under $10. They're going to have something that goes over your neck like this, and then it's going to have a pocket for your arm, of course. And then it should have a strap that you can tighten and loosen like this. So all you're going to do is put this over your neck with the pocket, the corner of the pocket ready for your elbow. And I like this one a lot. It's got this little breathable mesh area. And then the real cool thing, it's got these thumb loops right here. So you put your thumb in there and it just feels more comfortable on your wrist. And this one even has a pocket on the inside because when you're wearing a sling, you can't access your pocket as easy, so you put your wallet or your phone in there. And then what you do to fit this right is make sure you get your elbow to the corner of the pocket. A lot of people wear it kind of loose and there's this flap over here, and it's not going to be as effective that way. You got to pull it so that it's right in the corner and make sure it's adjusted. Once it's in the corner, your elbow, then you're going to grab that strap and tighten it pretty good. Tighten it enough so that it feels like it's shoving your elbow up into your shoulder, so you get that ball shoved up into the socket. You should start to feel relief within minutes of having this on. And of course, your neck's gonna kind of take a hit with it. Take breaks as needed. Because you're not broken, your bones aren't broken with a rotator cuff tear, it's okay to take this off and not wear it for a moment so that you can give your neck a break. But get it on as soon as you can so that you can get that tendon happy again. So you can put the ball into the socket and put some slack, take the tension off your rotator cuff tendon and allow it to heal. Then what you want to do is wear this as needed. Now, I recommend my patients that are really irritated, I recommend they wear this all waking hours of the day. What it also does is it communicates to other people that you're hurt, and so they'll help you out. They'll open the door for you, they'll grab that heavy bag for you, they'll give you some space to walk around without bumping into you, because if your shoulder's really hurting you, you end up still doing those things. You still might need to go to work, you still might need to do things in the house, and so you want that extra help from other people. Now, it's still okay for you to use your hand for small things that don't hurt you. Like you can still pick up light things with it. You can still take this off and do things that are okay for you to do without hurting your shoulder. But the idea is you want that ball sucked up into the socket as much as possible to bring the ends of the tendon that's torn together to allow it to heal. So this is one of the biggest hacks, in my opinion, if you've got an irritated angry rotator cuff tear. Hey, if you're looking for more help with rotator cuff tear problems, I've got a playlist of all our rotator cuff tear videos linked in the description below. And I've also got a comprehensive program called the Rotator Cuff Tear Recovery Program. There's a link to that in the description below as well. This program is 100% online and on demand. You can access it anytime you want as long as you have an internet connection. And it walks you through all the steps necessary to recover from a rotator cuff tear without surgery. This is just in step one using a sling like this, but there's other things you have to do. Eventually, this doesn't need to be, you don't need to be wearing this. You need to be doing other exercises, other treatments to progress your rotator cuff tear to heal naturally. Hey, if this video was helpful for you, please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of the videos we post every week. Hit that notification bell, that'll send you a notification, and share this with a friend. Share this with somebody you think needs to hear this. They'll be grateful that you sent it to them. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.